So here we are, getting closer to done. You can see that today they were grading the driveway and they started laying out the rocks. Very excited about that. In fact, they laid out the pathway as well. They're moving down the driveway. Tomorrow they'll lay out this perimeter of rocks right along here, heading towards the back, and they'll also be able to start around the trees tomorrow. So I'll be doing some time-lapse photography on that. I got some time-lapse photography on the stuff that they did out front here. So we'll see how that turns out. I'm gonna turn around and do a little bit more of a tour. So again, they did a very nice job of getting these rocks in. These were done already, of course. They've been done since the very beginning. They just relocated these rocks out here. But they started working on the path today. So we're gonna walk the path because they got that all done. Pretty excited to see this finished. They're gonna put decomposed granite inside of this. So that'll be done. And then these rocks here, we gotta find new homes for them, spread them around, probably put them over by the trees over here. One thing I noticed I hadn't done is taken any pictures of this work over here. I'm not sure why I hadn't. I'll go ahead and do that. This is where the ironwood's gonna go. So they've got that one ready to roll. Let's go back to the path here. Boy, I tell you what, that's exciting to see this path all in. Again, my baby saguaro there. And then they'll put the grading in for this. And so you can get a pretty good sense of the width of the driveway here. It's 30 feet wide. They did a good job around this corner and the outer perimeter. They kind of messed up this just a little bit, but then I caught them. By the way, my office is right there. That's my office window. So I basically have been keeping an eye on them all day. And today, when they were rounding this corner right here, they actually were extending the rocks all the way out here, and I had to actually end my meeting, jump out of my Zoom meeting with Brittany and Sandra to run out here and, whoa, you guys got to lay this thing out right. And so we actually, I gave them the radius so they could pull the radius pin. You can see here's the radius pin. I don't know if you can see it. That's right here. Anyway, that's the center point of the rocks for spinning the radius. And then over here, yeah, they got this one in. So they know what they're doing here. Tomorrow they just ran out of time today, but tomorrow they're gonna come and they'll drop the rocks in here, and they'll get the rocks in over here. But again, let me try and get a spot that's not so glary. Very exciting. This is the aesthetic stuff. When the driveway starts to come together. Yeah. This could be a little bit better on the rounding. They did a good job on the other one. This one's not quite as good, but they got this side done, which is definitely exciting. Both sides done. And then what they're gonna do is they're gonna come in and put 2 inches of decomposed granite in here, and the granite will go up the rocks 2 inches. So they'll compact it and get it right up to the edge of the rocks. That's the game plan, is for them to do that. And so we'll see how that goes. Just the finishing touches, but again, to see these rocks laid down is very exciting. Now, we ran into a bit of an issue here today. When they started excavating over here, they realized that they had a deeper 1-inch line that is below these pipes that you see here. So there's another 1-inch line down below there that hadn't been anticipated. And in fact, you guys can see this cobweb of pipes here that basically my guys are going to relocate, and so that they move them to this trench over here. But we didn't expect the 1-inch line down there. That's the one thing that they didn't expect. So that's on the wrong side of the property, and it's right where the ficus are going to go. So we got to figure out. We're going to have Katie basically mess with that one. But the good news is we still have quite a number of rocks left here. That's the good news. All I can tell you is I am super glad I'm not the one moving these rocks. That's why these guys get paid the big bucks, I suppose. But yeah, that's the situation there. And then I've had these guys cutting off the Johnsons had these little, risers all over the place. They're sticking up. And so we had them chop those down, just cut them below ground. But they did a nice job on this outer swing here. Did a nice job. Looking good so far. Again, I'm very excited to have the driveway now defined. It's going to be nice and clean. It's going to look fantastic. And they even threw in a couple of stones, boulders up by in my little planter area there by the front door, which I was pretty excited to see. Okay, last thing is just to show you they put in a couple of boulders here from over there. They just placed them where they thought they looked good, but I'll probably relocate them. They're gonna throw some DG in here. They're supposed to actually put these in later after the DG was in, but whatever. They got them here. We'll just roll them aside and then put DG under them and put them back. So, all right, that's it.